One of our featured attractions, scheduled 10 rounds of boxing. This time we feature middleweights in action. Presenting the judges at ringside, Doug Tucker, John McSweeney, Herb Santos, and the referee in charge, Vic Draculich. Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing white trunks with black and red trim. Now fighting out of San Rafael, California, by way of East Africa. He weighed in at an even 160 pounds with a record of 17 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw. He has 9 wins by way of knockout. Welcome the former USBA junior middleweight champion, and he's known as Art, the Jesus Kid Serrano. And his opponent across the ring. On my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round middleweight bout, he is wearing silver trunks with black trim. Fighting out of beautiful Pensacola, Florida, he weighed in the same weight of an even 160 pounds. He's the 1988 Olympic silver medalist. As a professional, his outstanding record includes 16 wins, no losses, all 16 wins by way of knockout. He's ranked the number 3 junior middleweight in the world. Welcome the undefeated Roy Jones Jr. Once again, here's the referee in charge, Vic Draculich. Go, middle ring. Right.
All right, gentlemen, you received your instructions in the dressing room. Are there any questions? Any questions from the chief seconds? All right, gentlemen, remember, obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, let's get to it.
And so we are ready for what should be a very interesting match featuring a young man who, at this juncture, has already captured the imagination of the boxing crowd, Bert, even at this young stage.
Roy Jones is one of the potentially great stories. There's been a lot of questions about him, but he has answered every one of them.
The young man who, as you know, fought in the Seoul lands a good left hook, has fought in the Seoul Olympics, ended up with a silver medal, and a match in which virtually everyone felt that he won.
Well, he fought Sinhu Park, or was it Fenway Park, and he lost on a 3-2 decision, and still was given the outstanding boxer of the Olympic award.
I should tell you, right now, he's having his way with Art Serrano early on. As a pro, Roy Jones has not fought outrageously great competition, but his last time out against a former champion, Jorge Baca, just destroyed him in 1 round, and that was one of the things that has stamped him, many people believe, as a coming star in the sport.
It was 1 minute and 45 seconds of the first round after 23 unanswered punches. Fast hand speed, they say the fastest since Sugar Ray Leonard.
He does throw excellent combinations.
One of the questions about Roy Jones Jr. has always been the critics feel that he's managed by his father and that doesn't work as a synergism, as a twosome. And yet Big Roy, as he's called, has said that he reads where managers say they become like fathers to their fighters. He says, I don't have to become nothing. I already am his father.
Oh, my. Oh. Big right hand by Roy Jones. That will finish it. Just forget about it. Art Serrano got hit with an overhand right that puts him out, and I mean puts him out. So shades of the Jorge Baca fight for Roy Jones, his second straight first-round KO against a man who hasn't been knocked out for a while. And I'll tell you what, for Art Serrano, that was a devastating right hand to get hit with. Luckily, he is getting up and appears to be okay. He dropped his left hand. You'll see the right from Jones come. It's a lead right. No, a small jab as a rangefinder went in before it. And Art Serrano, who told me today he thought he would score the knockout, in this case, he is the one who ends up getting knocked out. And I mean much earlier than some people thought, that it would happen. Boy, oh boy, he got nailed with an overhand right. And the power of Roy Jones comes to the forefront. Well, Art Serrano is not a top 10 heavyweight, or excuse me, a top 10 junior middleweight or middleweight, but he is a journeyman who went 10 rounds, for instance, with Pat Lawler recently. Took Brett Lally 4 rounds to get him out of there, as you continue to see the knockout. But for Roy Jones Jr., it's a lot quicker. He takes him out in 1 round. And there's Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 1 minute, 40 seconds. In round number 1, the referee in charge, Vic Draculix, stops the contest. Winner by way of TKO, improving his record to 17-0 with 17 knockouts. The undefeated Roy Jones Jr.
Well, a big win for Roy Jones Jr. Let's get some comments from Pedro Fernandez. Pedro, what about Roy?
Well, Roy, there's no questions about Roy. He's got power in both hands. Last time he knocked out Jorge Baca with a single left hook. Tonight, Art Serrano, who takes a very good punch, the victim with a very powerful right hand. Straight up, Roy Jones is probably the best middleweight out there besides James Toney and Mike McCallum. And I think we're going to hear from him as far as knocking on the title picture real soon. Back to ringside now, Alan Byrd.
All right. So bold words by Pedro Fernandez, as he thinks he's one of the best middleweights, Roy Jones, that is out there. That may well be true. And he'll have some words for our Burt Sugar. Let's go up to the ring.
I'm with Roy Jones Jr. Roy, even before we sit in our seats, we're back up in the ring with you.
Right.
Do you think you're answering all the questions that everyone answers about how good you really are?
No, I don't think I'm correctly answering all of the questions yet, because they aren't getting a chance to see enough time to really realize how good I think I am. And maybe I'm not good enough to their satisfaction, I don't know. But I'd like to thank God for giving me the opportunity, the right people behind me, to help me get to be what I am. And I'm promised the world that one day I'm going to be a world champion. I'll be one of the greatest champions to ever live, because I got the power.
All right, you have the power, you have the moves, you have the hands. Where do you go from here? We've now seen you out of Pensacola in New York for 1 minute and 45 seconds. We've seen you here for under 2 minutes. Where are you going next, and who are you going to step up and fight?
First, I'm going back home and see everybody at home. Remember, the Big Al, Mr. and Mrs. Grant, everybody, Lost, everybody at home.
I think you might have missed 2 or 3 people.
Yeah, I did. I missed quite a few people, but they all know who I'm talking about. And I'm going back home and recuperate, let my hands rest a little while. Then I'll probably try to step up to some type of title fight, hopefully. If not, then I'll just go whatever comes up. I have to go back and check and see, see what's happening. A lot of things are changing in the boxing world, and I'm one of them.
All right, and you're going to campaign as a middleweight, not a junior middle.
More than likely. Well, like I said, it can go either way.
Roy Jones, congratulations. You and the other half of the story, Roy Jones Sr., are answering all the questions.
I like to say hi to my mom, too. I know she's at home going crazy right now. My mom, my granddad.
There's one we almost missed.
No, I won't miss her.
Okay.
That's the most important.
Thank you very much, Roy. Congratulations.
All right, thank you, Bert. Well, Roy Jones Jr. is marching along, and how'd you like to have his future? He could move into any one of 2 divisions, and this is why. The overhand right, again, will hit Art Serrano, and this is as painful every time we see it. He is down right away. And, when you have this kind of power, in addition to boxing skills, which Roy Jones Jr. has, that's why so many boxing people are after him, would like to promote him, manage him, etc. And that's being done ably by his dad, and also by Ted Goose Boxing, who was handling the promotional end for Roy Jones Jr., among others. And he gets his win on a TKO, and he does a nice little dance for us, almost like Mark Gastineau's sack exchange. And if this evening wears on, it's possible we may see round 2, but